Hello everyone, welcome to Sushna Digital Space Studio. Now coming to the daily current affairs. Coming to the first article of today, the Elon Musk is warning the Ukraine to end the war and lead to the ceasefire to the war, and he is telling that due to the Ukraine and the Russian war, he is telling that stop the war between the Russia, and he is going to tell that due to this war many stock market and it is crashing day by day, and it may leads to our financial issues and the overall American's economy as well. So here the Elon Musk is finally telling that to stop the Ukraine and the Russia war directly by reduce the stock market and to increase the weighting rate of the stock market here, and import and export of the overall countries during the war it may affect. And so coming to the second article of today, so coming to the Chhattisgarh liquor scam, which is now coming to the news, that is affecting by the many citizens in the India and the Chhattisgarh as well. So here the Chhattisgarh liquor scam is going to be held very complicatedly, and it's been a very since that there are many years is following the liquor scam in the Chhattisgarh, that is enforcing the CM, that who is enforcement director and the Congress leader has held that Uttar Pradesh now is going to hold a very important role in the liquor business and the scam of the liquor raising day by day as well. So coming to the third article of today, so here the US immigration agents has arrested the Palestine student which is studying in the New York Columbia University. He has protested the pro-Palestine group, and here he arrested near Columbia University in the New York and held a very important role, and he kept on protesting and raising the contents of pro-Palestine. And here the Donald Trump, who is the president of US, has held that he is going to be take charge in the form of the Palestine and the Israel war, and he is going to be held that crackdown on some anti-Israel activities in the New York as well as the universities as well. So coming to the fourth article of today, so coming to the Elon Musk economy, and he's going to be a very depression role in this year. The electric vehicles, which is Tesla, is going to be a very important role to in the form of the Elon Musk, and the stock market rate is going down day by day, and he's going to be held that the main here the American president Donald Trump is saying that he will be launch a new Tesla electric vehicles instead, so he can push the raise of the Elon Musk and hard work of his. So here the many protests has been held that don't create a new Tesla, saying the people to the Trump and criticizing the Trump by his statement of new Tesla. And here he raised a concerns over the many citizens in the US as well and to the Elon Musk. So coming to the fifth article of today, an oil tanker and the cargo ship has hit each other, and the many fire has happened in the ship, and two ships are very collided with each other, and many of the people have injured by this fire in the seas. And here the oil and the starship of the ships are being held that the fire has been injured many people in the cargo ship. So coming to the sixth article of today, so here Syria's interim president Ahmad Shara said that mass killings has happening by the Al-Aqsa and the Al-Ahmad of the ex-prime minister of the Israel, and he's going to be held the mass killings over and his concerns to the killings of the Israel and the Palestine citizens and the soldiers as well. So coming to the peace agreement of the many concerns over raised between the Israel and the Palestinians, and here he is telling about his mission to unite the countries, both Palestine and the Israel as well. So coming to the eighth article of today, a key economic advisor to the Donald Trump, which is US president, has put the sanctions sanctions on the Russia, put the sanctions on the US, that he is going to be held that there is a main tariffs the Trump is going to put to the countries, which is going to be the must taken, that the consumers and the many of the users of the utensils as well, he's going to be keep an high in the household activities, and the many occurs in this policy, and he's telling that the tariffs can make him very stagnant and it may affect the American economy as well. So now coming to the 9th article of today. So coming to the Greenland elections, coming to the in the scene. So here the Greenland elections have been held, that here the citizens are thinking that it may cease with the Danish rule which is going to be held in these years, and now the Trump is telling that he can put the billions of dollars invest in this Greenland, so he can rule the Greenland as well and can take the Greenland to the American policy and invest $1 million in the Greenland as well in the elections of the Greenland. So coming to the 11th article of today, Ukraine has launched its largest drone attack on the Russia in this Monday, and it's going to be held that Russian policy is telling to against to the Ukrainian drones. Over 91 drones have came to the Moscow and injured many people and the airports as well. So here a total of 169 drones are released. Some of 129 are in the form of Moscow and 91 are in the Moscow, and the 126 in Kursk which is in the Russia. And here total of 336 of the drones have released from the Ukraine. So here the America is telling that it may give the peace agreement against this by this activity of the Ukraine. And here Saudi Arabia, so here the Trump is going to be going to the meeting of the Saudi Arabia Prime Minister that with the peace agreement of the Russia to the Russia, where US and the Ukraine as well is going to the peace agreement during the Russia's war. And here Russia is telling that it may, the Russia now is realized that it may cause the major difference between the peace agreement of the US and Russia war. At the same time, here the Russian forces are attempted to encircle the Ukrainian soldiers near the Kursk region, and they have taken the major attempt to encircle the Ukrainian soldiers near the Kursk region. And here Moscow's air defenses has been raised, and the concerns over this may help the Ukraine and Russia to stop the war against. And Moscow's region governor, who is Andriy Vorobyov, have noticed that the drones have held in the Moscow. Overall of 91 of the drones have accused, and the many drones were in the airport of the Moscow. The 4 airports near the Moscow was closed due to this drone attack of the Ukraine. And here it's going to be very deal with the concerns of the it's very difficult to be the peace agreement with Russia and the Ukraine peace agreement. And here the Ukraine is going to be thankful for the American president for the peace agreement by this incident. So coming to the 12th article of today, here the Chinese consumers have affecting about the tariffs of the US, and here it's going to be a very important role in the Chinese economy, and the many consumers are affecting due to it, expanding the economy in the flash of the different roles as well. So coming to the 13th article of today, here US President Donald Trump is aiming to build a Pentagon military which is going to be held in the America, that there's gonna be a very important role that may pass that in the form of the Chinese economy to help the very exclusive military partner with the Pentagon military bonding. And so coming to the 15th article of today, US stocks have plunged on Monday as relentless tariffs is going to be held that may affect the US economy, as we told in the previous article that the main tariffs can affect the US is going to be in the bad economy these days because of the tariffs that is going to be held by the Donald Trump of US president, that he may conclude that the advisor of his also told that due to the tariffs, the US economy is going to be very risk in this form. So coming to the 16th article of today, India weighs F-35. So coming to this fighter jet offer, which is F-35, is going to be held in India. India must be evaluate and take the strategic steps to this F-35 fighter jets, and it's going to be held in the India so that operational pros and cons of this acquiring the advanced F-35 fighter jets. So coming to the 17th article of today, Ukraine has taken its back feet due to the global focus shifts with trade, technology and terrorism. It's going to be held by the Ukraine that it's gonna be a stop with the peace agreement, and it's going to be held that it is going to be finally listen to the Trump's advice to stop the war between the Russia, and he's going to be held that Ukraine raises of the conflict sees reduced these days, attention on key diplomatic platforms. So coming to the 18th article of today, university has stopped book fair about the Nehru and the Gandhi as well. So here the universities is telling that the books were not sold in the form of the books of Nehru and Gandhi, and it's gonna be a very tariff threats that universities have keeping this book, and concerns about the Gandhis and the Nehru is criticizing about these books. So coming to the 20th article of today, a tragic stampede at the a tragic stampede at New Delhi of 18 of people lives in this, and here in the railway stations as well this tragic stampede had happened. So here in the New Delhi in the SRC region there is a earthquake had happened, and all the northeastern cities are now, it's going to be so much of fear for them for this earthquake has happened in this Delhi SRC region. So here it's going to be a very important role that the Supreme Court have to play in this, and many have suffered with this earthquake. So not many damages, but some are affected by this earthquake in the New Delhi. So coming to the 21st article of today, here the death toll has raises to 18, and here in the New Delhi, the SRC region have the people have stamp gate to the very railway stations, and many railway stations have filled over 2 hours. There are many bookings have happened in the railway stations, and many of the people went to the railway stations and booked the tickets in the form of this earthquake stampede had happened in the New Delhi. So coming to the 22nd article of today, Elon Musk led the Doge Foundation a 21 million of money to withdraw to its economy, and the major Elon Musk to give a 21 million dollars to the foundation of the Doge is going to be held an important role in the India, and the many elections has happened. Due to this elections in the India, the BJP has kept the important role had played in this Elon Musk Doge investment of 21 million dollars. BJP has responded to the development of this, questioning the motive behind the investment of this Doge and the Elon Musk funding. So coming to the 22nd article of today, chaos at New Delhi railway station after the stampede earthquake of today in the New Delhi have occurred. After that, the panic of many clothes and utensils have had fell down in the New Delhi NCRC region. So here it's been a very while that the stampede had happened in the New Delhi. So coming to the 23rd article of today, tremors in NCR region. So coming to the NCR region in New Delhi, here the Modi talks near the earthquake of the NCR region. Here the Modi is telling to calm the citizens over the Russia's NCR region, and he is telling that no major damage has been held till now, and he is telling the citizens to be calm and cautious about this thing. And so coming to the 25th article of today, SC has questioned this YouTube contender, which is Ranbir Allahabadi's comedy show has happened now. The government, the SC is criticizing him to not use vulgar comments on this comedy show, and he's telling that it's not happened to the India. These vulgar comments in the comedy shows are not happened anymore. And on this Ranbir Allahabadi comments, Supreme Court is finally saying that there is a society has some values against it, and the Supreme Court is telling the society have some rules which is not and which is to held on this comedy show, which is going to be the influencer who called Biceps, and he's got a very vulgar shows had happened in the comedy show, and he used very bad words that may affect the laws of the SC Supreme Court. Finally, the Supreme Court has stated that it's not gonna be the way like that to the Ranbir Allahabadi statements in the comedy show. So coming to the 26th article of today, KIIT Nepali student that has happened. So here the father is criticizing the university is harassing our child and putting the efforts of and making the very emotionally blackmailed with their studies. So this is the 25th article of today, and coming to the 26th article, here finally the Trump has questioned that we have taken $21 million of USAID fund. Here the Trump is being concerned about this money has given to the India, and he have keep on questioning on this statement of giving Elon Musk that $21 million USAID to this India that may affect the elections and others. So coming to the 27th article of today, starting 2026, the CBSE board is telling that it may give 10 students twice a year an exam to improve the flexibility and grades of the student as well. So here the CBSE is telling to the government that it's gonna be convert twice a year the 10th board exams. So coming to the next article of today, which is 28th article, BJP finally appoints Ravi Shankar Prasad and OP Dhankar of the Central Observers of the selections of Delhi's next CM post. So these are the articles now we held in this channel today. So thank you and subscribe to Sujna Digital Space Studio.